going on, guys? So I actually have a Walking Dead video for you guys. I know, it has been a long time. I stopped covering this show for a while because, one, this season has been a hella slow. At least the first half of the season was really slow. So, like, I don't know, anything after the opener was just kind of... And, yeah, I stopped covering it for that, and people weren't watching, but maybe that might have been because of this whole YouTube age gate restricted mode thing. I don't know how long it's been going on. Maybe that's why people weren't watching, because those videos were getting restricted, and it just seemed like nobody cared about The Walking Dead. I don't know. I want to say it's a little bit of both. This season has been really slow. I've liked the second half of the season way more, but let's go ahead and talk about it, because this episode made me go, wow, at the end of it, and a few other things happened in this episode that I really want to talk about. Now, this episode was dominated by Sasha and Rosita, and man, oh man, we will get to them in a little bit. But I want to talk about how The Walking Dead just nonchalantly just revealed that Jesus was gay, and I have to applaud them for this, because a lot of shows, when they reveal that a big character or somebody that's a really big part of a storyline is like bisexual or gay or something, they try to make a big spectacle about it, and they're just like, it's a big deal. But no, I gotta applaud Walking Dead for this, because they didn't care. They literally nonchalantly just threw it in there, and you might have not even caught it, or you might have been like me at first when he was talking about it, because he's talking to Maggie, and they're talking about their lives of living with family or whatever, and he's all like, yeah, I just had to deal with this, this, and that, and he's all, boyfriends, and Maggie just smiles at him, and I'm all like, boyfriends? I was like, sisters? Oh! Bada bing, bada boom, Jesus is gay in the show, and yeah, that's badass. Like I said, I gotta applaud him for freaking doing it the way they did. They didn't make a big deal about it. It's just everyday life, like in society. But you know, certain people take the news differently. So good on you, Walking Dead, for doing that. And another thing that happened, since we're in the hilltop genre right now, or area, I should say, we finally had Maggie and Daryl talk about the whole night of Glenn's death. Because Maggie was they were hiding from the hilltop, or they were hiding from Negan's gang because they showed up. They're hiding in the pantry. Freaking Daryl's about to kill a dude that went in there. So was Maggie, but she was all like, you were about to kill that guy, right? But like, you need to chill out because, you know, we need to kill all of them, not just one of them. Anyways, Maggie senses that freaking Daryl has been distant and hasn't talked to her at all. And he just like, you know, Daryl starts to cry, and he's all like, I'm sorry, because he feels like he is the reason that Glenn died. And if you guys don't remember from the very first episode, Glenn, they were only going to kill one person, and then Daryl freaking punches Negan or whatever, and Negan's all like, I can't let that shit fly, and that is when he kills Glenn. So that is pretty crazy. And, you know, a lot of people were wondering, like, when was that talk going to happen, because it was Daryl's fault in this season. You know, and even Jeffrey Dean Morgan made a joke about it after that freaking opener, was that he was like, it's not my fault, like, that's really, that was Daryl's fault, you know, and, like, everybody's like, oh. So, you know, it was pretty cool that they actually had this conversation, and Maggie understood. Like, Maggie knew that Daryl's a good guy. He didn't know what was going to happen. Daryl probably thought that he was going to get killed, but they learned real quick that that's not how Negan works. Negan doesn't kill you when you fuck up. He kills somebody else so you can live with it. So Maggie and Daryl have their little heart-to-heart, and now they're going to plan to kill every savior possible, which is going to be awesome. And I'm glad this whole little team building is building up. Like, Maggie is building up the hilltop, so is Daryl, and Rosita's probably going to go back and help them out too. We got the freaking Alexandria over there trying to get guns with all these other, you know, freaking garbage people, which are awesome. They just seem like they have their own language, and they're just going to be like, yeah, guns, now, more, beach. So there's only 2 episodes left, and I seriously doubt that we're going to see a big battle between all of the groups and, you know, the saviors at the end of the season. I don't think that's what's going to happen at all. It's going to be a big setup. Maybe the saviors find out that all of the freaking territories are trying to come after them. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how the season ends, because how do you end, not on a cliffhanger, how do you end going into next season to make people want to watch without starting a big war against the saviors? Because it's already been confirmed that Negan's coming back for season 8. So he's not going to die. He's going to be here. He's more than likely his story, or he'll get captured or whatever, depending on how they want to do it. I don't know if they'll kill him off or if they'll keep him alive like they do in the comics. We'll see what happens. But he's already been confirmed for season 8, so I'm really interested to see how they're going to end this season. I think this season is going to end with maybe all of the groups finally coming together, because, you know, the kingdom realized they're going to need a fight, but, you know, freaking Ezekiel's still like, oh, but we don't need a fight today, and blah, blah, and then you got the freaking people by the ocean that look like they're about to get fucked up on the next episode. So there's that, and then you gotta get Hilltop with Alexandria. There's all these freaking moving parts going on right now. So I think that's how the season's gonna end, with all of them coming together and then making a plan on how to fight the Saviors in the next season. Moving on to Sasha and Rosita, that was pretty much all of this episode, was them bickering at each other like, we're gonna go kill Negan. Rosita's all mad because she's all like, you know, we don't need to be friends. I don't need to hear your life story, okay? And man, oh man, she's salty as fuck. Rosita is salty as fuck, but I feel like she's one of those people that just wants to kill Negan and then die. Like, I feel like that's it, because she loved Abraham, and then she has to work with Sasha, who freaking took Abraham away from her pretty much. And then we kind of got the reveal on why Rosita was like so upset about it. It's not that freaking Sasha took Abraham away. It was that Abraham was just okay with everything. That he was happy before Rosita was happy when they made it to Alexandria. And that's what pissed her off the most. Can't talk right now. That's what happens when you don't make a Walking Dead video for so long. Anyways, but we get a lot more backstory about Rosita and how she found out how she's so badass, basically. And she talked about all the boyfriends she had since everything was going on, and they tried to protect her, but she would just learn their shit and dip out and just bang all of them, apparently, which, hey man, do what you gotta do. She said, hey, and this time you gotta just get your rocks off, and I'm like, I love you. But then we find out why she loved Abraham so much, and that was because he didn't really try to protect her. He was all like, alright, you know your shit, cool, let's do this, and that's why she stuck around and she never looked back. So that was badass, and then she found out that Sasha was happy with him and all this jazz. So that was cool. We got more backstory on Rosita, and I always love when there's been characters for so long, when you learn new shit about them from these comic books, you know, or from these stories and everything like that. So that was cool. Well, this whole time, we got to see them. They get to the freaking zone they need to get to try to kill Negan, and bada bing, bada boom, freaking, they don't get the shot because, I don't know. I want to ask you guys this question. If you had a sniper, right, and I've never shot a sniper, so I don't know, unless it's freaking in a game, and this rarely happens, but would you have taken the shot from where they were at? You might have killed Eugene, or you might have killed somebody else, but I would have taken that shot. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. But I get why they didn't, because if you miss, you're fucked, and then they're going to send out everybody and be like, oh my god, and then Negan's never going to come out of the compound because people are trying to assassinate him. So, that was crazy. I get why they didn't, but I think me, trigger happy, Juice, I do it in games all the time. I'm like, fire! So I think I would have taken the shot for sure. Back to Salty Rosita. I can tell people are getting tired of her because my friend Max posted this on his Twitter. Can Rosita just like die already? Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag The Walking Dead. Whoa, Max! You need to chill out, okay? And that is exactly why I posted this right below his freaking tweet. Nah. She's just a bit crazy now, but don't be trying to take the only Latina person off this show. It's true! It's true! I don't need anybody to kill Rosita right now. Look, I know eventually she's gonna get axed. I know that's gonna happen, but man, right now, she's the only source I got of one beautiful, sexy Latina lady on this show. And as far as I know, only Latino kind of character in this show. So I need to keep me Rosita on this show as long as possible, okay? She's a little crazy, but you know what? That just happens with Latina women sometimes. They just get a little crazy when shit goes crazy, you know what I'm saying? So please, Walking Dead, just pump your brakes, pump your brakes. I know eventually she's gonna go, but please, right now, just let me keep her. And of course, the thing that made me go, wow, in this show was Sasha risking, or I should say sacrificing herself to protect Rosita. Rosita was breaking into the gate and Sasha was like, we need to make sure that this is secure. Watch my back. And then we find out that she actually sneaks into the gate and locks the gate so Rosita can't get in. And bada bing, bada boom, she sacrifices herself, telling her that like, this isn't your time, you can help other people. And she dips out to go kill Negan by herself. And Rosita's just like, are you kidding me? But I could not believe that that happened. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting that maybe Rosita was going to do something stupid and get Sasha killed. That's what I thought was going to happen. I wasn't expecting a heroic moment from Sasha because they were building up the episode like, all right, I'm going to kind of come back. You know, I want to come back. Everybody wants me to come back. I don't want this to be a suicide mission. And Rosita seemed like she was the one that was like, let's just go in there and let's commit suicide and kill him at the same time or whatever. Like, it was just crazy. I just wasn't expecting it. I don't know if you guys saw that coming. I totally didn't see it coming. Although at the start of the season, at the start of the episode, it seemed like Sasha kind of knew what she was going to do already, because they had those like weird scenes where like she was just like looking at everybody and like just like observing the whole area. But you know, I thought she was having a change of heart, and she was like, no, I want to come back after the talk with Enid and stuff. But no, she totally sacrificed herself so Rosita could keep going. And my friend was asking me, like, why the hell would she do that? I'm like, well, probably because she took Abraham away from her. She's seen what Rosita could do, and Rosita would be a bigger help to the group to teach everybody, because she knows everything. She knows about mechanics. She knows, like, all this shit. She's just a badass. And, you know, freaking Sasha was the last person to date Abraham, so she was probably like, if anybody's going to give their life, it should be me, to, you know, honor Abraham's freaking, you know, going out like a boss. And she mentioned that, too. She mentioned how Abraham didn't go out fighting the way that she thought he would want to. So maybe that's what Sasha wants to do. She wants to go out fighting, you know, in honor of Abraham and, you know, saving Rosita in the process. Completely forgot after this happened, and I was so shocked. I was like, oh, that explains why she's the new, like, lead star on the new Star Trek show. There's gonna be like a new Star Trek show, and apparently she's like the head person on that thing, that like the lead actor. So that explains everything. Sasha is totally gonna get blasted or something, and she's gonna be off The Walking Dead. She's gonna die, and she's gonna be on Star Trek now. So it makes a whole bunch of sense when they casted that. And I thought that too. I thought she was gonna die when I heard that news, but I completely forgot about it watching this episode. Lastly, who is the mysterious shadow guy? Now, it obviously looks like Daryl, because remember, we had that scene before the whole like sacrifice scene that Daryl went up to Jesus and he was like, where the hell is freaking Sasha and Rosita? And bada bing bada boom, you automatically think it's Daryl, and maybe it was Daryl, but if it was Daryl, why would they make him all shadowy and shit? Why doesn't he just like grab Rosita and be like, what's up? Or maybe he's gonna help her get out of there. I don't know, because he did have a crossbow, and he was wearing some kind of vest thing, but that could have easily been Dwight. Don't forget, Dwight likes to use a crossbow. He wears the same kind of shit Daryl does, so that could have easily been freaking Dwight that was in the shadows and not Daryl. So who do you guys think? It could also have been, what the hell? Either something happened outside or my computer just talked to me, because that was weird. I don't know what happened, but like I heard something, I was just like, what the fuck? But anyways, could have been Dwight, Daryl, maybe Jesus. I don't know why Jesus would go out there. I mean, he knows the compound, but so does Daryl, so it wouldn't make sense for Daryl not to go, and I don't think Daryl would let Jesus not go, or let Jesus go by himself. So, yeah, I think Daryl or Dwight. Let me know which one of the D's you think it is that showed up right there. But that is it, guys. It feels weird covering The Walking Dead again, but hopefully, you know, people are watching this show still. I don't know. A lot of people this season have been kind of like wishy-washy on this show, but I don't think this show's going anywhere anytime soon. So, yeah, let me know if you're still watching The Walking Dead. What have you thought of this season, and what did you think of this episode in the comment section down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Walking Dead buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. If I have my daily dose of juice, see you guys next time. Bam!